Welcome to the June episode of Here and There. This month we spend time with a member of our Channel 5 family, Meet the Conwegians host Faye Hedera. She joins us along with her daughter with details about a book that they have published together. Richard Plotkin visits with us about a major milestone for the Bookcase project. Shauna Meador has details about a show on the UCA campus this summer that the whole family will enjoy. Stefanie Brazile from 501 Life magazine tells us about the June issue. April Worley stops by. She's the tournament director of a women's professional golf tournament that's coming to Conway and has all the details about that. And finally, an extensive interview with Melanie Brindley. Melanie is the founder of the Ken Brindley Memorial Foundation, a foundation she began after the tragic drowning death of her husband, Ken. She has details about the work the foundation is doing and about Water Safety Saturday coming to Lake Beaverfork on June 22nd. It's a full hour of Here and There, and it starts now on Conway Corp.
Express yourself with beautiful custom jewelry from Brooks Fine Jewelry.
Come on down to Brooks Fine Jewelry and take a look at some of the new products that we offer. We have a new extensive line of men's watches, and we invite all those watch crazies out there that want to come in and take a look. They're here for you to look at and try on. As a full-service jewelry store, we offer hand engraving and laser engraving for just about anything you can imagine. So come on down to Brooks Fine Jewelry and visit with us. We look forward to seeing you.
Brooks Fine Jewelry, your jewelry makers in downtown Conway.
Welcome back to Here and There. We are joined by a very familiar face to those of you who pay attention to Channel 5. Faye Hedera is with us, and her daughter Zéile is with us, and they are here to talk about a project that they worked on together, and I'm really excited about this. Faye, good to see you. Zéile, welcome. Thank you for being here. So tell me about the book I'm holding. It's called The Lovely Fruit Fairies, and it's got both your names on it, so you're both involved. Faye, tell me about this.
Yes, so this is a compilation of paintings that I created when I wasn't feeling too good with my health, and I wanted to return to a sense of childhood joy. So I needed something small to hold in my hand, because typically when I'm painting, I have these huge portraits that are life-size, but for this, it allowed me to kind of heal myself and return to childhood joy. So Zéile was actually the one who came up with the idea to create a set of poems to go with them, because when they were done, I couldn't quite figure out how I was going to present the illustrations. So she initially was the one who suggested the poems, and we finished them together. She's a huge help.
So the order was illustrations,
Yes.
then idea, and then poetry together.
Yes.
Zéile, where'd that idea come from? How did you decide this is something I want to be a part of with my mom?
Well, for like the poetry idea, I have written a lot of poetry in the past, and I just remember whenever I was reading children's books when I was younger, that it was always kind of the rhyming poems that I remembered.
Okay.
And whenever I found out that she needed some help on that, I thought that it would be a really cool and fun idea and collaboration between us two.
So there's obviously something very unique about the characters in this. You can see it on the cover with the young fairy who has no hair. So tell me about the characters that we'll see, the fairies that we'll see in the book.
Yes, so the book is actually a celebration of children with disabilities and facial differences, because as I was kind of navigating the earliest days of my own disability journey, I realized that, you know, there needed to be a connection in some way, and that I was able to portray this in the things that I was creating at the time. So I just was inspired to think about children that needed to be included and celebrated, and it's just a way to show children of all ages that it's definitely a realm of being normal to be in the disabled community. They're just as beautiful, just as valuable. So it was important that I showed that in a beautiful way.
And for all children, or all adults for that matter, it's an opportunity to get to know probably a little bit more about that world that we may not all know about. Zéile, what was the most difficult part of this process for you?
I feel like the most difficult part was probably whenever we were trying to like find ideas for how to make the words kind of flow right, where like you were entranced by the words, you know. So.
And what was the easiest part?
The easiest part was definitely like I mean, rhyming with orange, I guess.
Wait, you rhyme with orange in here? What page is that on? That's great. Well, this is fantastic. It's called The Lovely Fruit Fairies. How do people that are seeing this get their own copy of it?
Yeah, so they can order it on Amazon, and then we have events locally scheduled, and then we are going to multiple libraries around the state of Arkansas to share the book at accessible events that are geared towards children with disabilities. But everyone is welcome, and it's been a wonderful way to just kind of share, like you said. I've been going into classrooms in Conway, for instance, and to be able to have these conversations with children and just engage with them on a level that's non-threatening and non-judgmental has been really wonderful and positive and just really rewarding for sure.
What about the parents? That parents have any stories that you've got of parents who have contacted you? In a previous life, a long time ago, I was involved with the Miracle League in Little Rock, that they had the baseball league for children with special needs, and then the Braves field that's here. And I remember the thing that I took away the most from it was the parents having a chance to just sit in the stands and just watch and cheer. What kind of contact have you had with parents who have read this and thought, they see us, they understand?
Yeah, so there's children with Down syndrome featured in the book, and I've had several parents who have children with Down syndrome who have expressed excitement to be able to read this with their children, and their children recognize themselves in the pages. And that was really the whole point of the book, was that you could flip through the pages and be like, oh, this child looks like me, you know, and oh, she's beautiful. She's got this fancy dress and her wings, and just to make it where it's a simple and inclusive way to read a story to your child, even if your child does not have a disability, this is also for them. Because again, you can have those conversations and say, oh, this looks like my friend Mary or something, you know, where you can tie it in a way that just normalizes it and hopefully makes children accepting. But you know what I find is that children are naturally just loving towards each other, and they see each other as children. And so.
Well, thank you for doing this. Thank you for doing Meet the Conwegians as well. It's a show, of course, it's here on Channel 5, so be sure and check those out. Zéile, you're the first Zéile I've met, but I don't think you'll be the last. So thank you for being here with your mom today. Thank you both very much. Appreciate you.
Express yourself with beautiful custom jewelry from Brooks Fine Jewelry.
Come on down to Brooks Fine Jewelry and take a look at some of the new products that we offer. We have a new extensive line of men's watches, and we invite all those watch crazies out there that want to come in and take a look. They're here for you to look at and try on. As a full-service jewelry store, we offer hand engraving and laser engraving for just about anything you can imagine. So come on down to Brooks Fine Jewelry and visit with us. We look forward to seeing you.
Brooks Fine Jewelry, your jewelry makers in downtown Conway.
Welcome back to Here and There. We're joined now by Richard Plotkin. Richard is the chair of the Conway Kiwanis Bookcase Project, and they have reached a really incredible milestone. It's an organization that has done a lot of great work in the city, but this one is really, really special to a lot of people. And Richard, thank you for being here. I know that Jim Davidson was the mastermind behind this, and like you said, you kind of picked up the baton and ran with it. And so congratulations on the success. That success being 1,000 bookcases given out.
Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, we awarded our 1,000th bookcase this past Tuesday, and that's over the 20 years. Jim Davidson started in 2005.
Yeah, and of course, if people don't know Jim, legendary local Conwegian writer, author, community leader,
yes.
Has done a lot of great work, and obviously encouraging literacy is something his whole life has been about.
It is and still is.
Yeah.
Jim just celebrated his 86th birthday, and he's still active in the project. In fact, we at our presentation ceremony on Tuesday, he actually was our MC.
Oh, of course he was.
Yeah, only Jim could do that.
Well, let's talk about the project in general. If people don't know about it, what exactly is the Bookcase Project, other than what the name suggests?
Okay, well, we are a literacy project for early childhood. Our recipients, we award 50 bookcases per year, and they go to Head Start students. These are 4 and 5 years old, preschool.
Yeah.
And in addition to the bookcases, and these bookcases are new bookcases. They're made specially for us. They have personalized nameplates on them, so the recipients, the children, have their names on them, which is important. And so we also give them a bag of age-appropriate books and some other goodies, so that when they go home, it's just a special thing for them.
And the children who are getting these books, how old are they? What are we looking at there?
Okay, yeah, they're 4 and 5.
Oh, little guys, okay.
So they haven't started school yet.
Yeah.
And but I mean, you're never. What I'm told is you're never too young to either learn to read, or to be read to.
Absolutely.
We encourage parents to read to their children all the time.
I just had a thought that, like I said, you're 20 years into this, so you've got young adults in their mid-20s.
That's right.
Who have these bookcases, and they're good, solid. I've seen the workmanship that's gone into them. They're going to last. What a neat thing for them to have.
Yeah, I mean, we hope what we do is we hope as they go on in years that they continue to fill up that bookcase and continue to use that bookcase. There's no reason that I can think of that the first one we gave away in 2005, I think it's probably still being used. I hope it's still being used.
Absolutely. And what a neat thing to even pass down through generations as we get 30, 40, 50 years down the line. And so speaking of that, that's one of the things I wanted to ask you also. What is the future of the project? How can people be a part of this?
Well, people can get involved just by calling me, contacting me. We depend on supporters. Sure. People who, for example, this year, Nabholz built the bookcases for the first time, and we hope to continue that partnership. But Nabholz didn't stain them. They don't stain some of the things they do at their mill shop. So we got volunteers like myself to stain 50 bookcases.
Okay.
So we need people to do all sorts of things, staining, donating books, just kind of cheerleading. And certainly people are welcome to attend our 2 functions. We have the presentation, which we did this last Tuesday, and then we do a banquet every year in October.
So with the presentation being fresh on your mind, tell me about some of the kids. Tell me some of the stories and about them getting these books. Can they wrap their mind around what they're getting?
Absolutely. Yeah. In fact, the one that really sticks out was from 2 years ago, I think. And so, I mean, this is an exciting day for these children. I mean, their families are there. But a couple years ago, as they were moving their bookcases out to the car after the ceremony, one of the children she couldn't wait to open up her book.
Okay.
So I mean, people are around her and they're trying to move her bookcase and trying to get it in the car, but she's just looking at her book and it's not moving. So I mean, that's what it's all about.
Yes. Who are some of the partners that you work with? It's at the library, is that correct?
Okay, yeah, we work real closely with the Faulkner County Library.
Yeah.
In fact, John McGraw, who's the director at the library, is on our operating committee. The library, their staff is incredible. They helped put on a children's program this year that kind of gets the kids in the mood. I mean, the kids don't want to hear speeches, they want to play.
That's right.
And we do that for them. We've got corporate partners. Conway Corporation is a new corporate partner. Some other companies, Verco, Centennial Bank, and we have sponsors. So really the foundation of the project really is the generosity of its support team.
Of the community coming together.
Yes, yeah.
Well, thank you to Mr. Davidson and to you for picking this up and running with it for our community. It makes all of us better as we're all more well-read and we understand and can grow and learn, and that's where it begins with our young people.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you for being here, Richard.
Thank you, Jeff.
I really appreciate it. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks.
Express yourself with beautiful custom jewelry from Brooks Fine Jewelry.
Come on down to Brooks Fine Jewelry and take a look at some of the new products that we offer. We have a new extensive line of men's watches, and we invite all those watch crazies out there that want to come in and take a look. They're here for you to look at and try on. As a full-service jewelry store, we offer hand engraving and laser engraving for just about anything you can imagine. So come on down to Brooks Fine Jewelry and visit with us. We look forward to seeing you.
Brooks Fine Jewelry, your jewelry makers in downtown Conway.
You've got a chance to see some great theater this summer on the campus of UCA. Shauna Meador is with us. She is the chair of the Department of Film, Theater, and Creative Writing. And this summer, there will be a performance of You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, a classic that will be there this summer, and we are so excited to talk to you about this and really all things going on creatively at UCA. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's talk about this particular event that's coming up this summer, and then we'll dive into some more things.
Yeah, so we're doing the musical You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, June 21 through 23, and then I think 27 through 29. So very excited about that. 8 performances of it. Family friendly performance, so everybody can bring their kids, but you know, it's the beloved Peanuts characters, so it's grandparents will love this, kids will love it, parents, they touch everyone's heart.
So forgive me for not knowing this, but are there a lot of students who are on campus during the summer? I mean, is that unusual?
Not too many.
Okay.
No, there's and it's the production is mostly our students, some theater students, music students, and then we have somebody from the outside as well that we brought in.
Yeah.
But no, generally over the summer, it's pretty quiet. There are a few people there, but we're excited to have something going on in our building.
Especially, and that was the next thing I want to talk to you about was the building.
Yes.
This beautiful building that's right there on the corner of Bruce and Donaghy, and it's the Wingate Center. I know it's got Wingate Center for Fine and Performing Arts.
Yes.
And so this particular performance will be in the James Bridges Black Box Theater.
Yes.
So for those who don't know, what is a black box theater?
Well, it's exactly as it's described.
Okay.
There is
I love
no
it when they use that.
mystery there. It is well, it's funny. It's actually not a black box. The architects decided to paint it sort of an aubergine.
Okay.
So, but we have black curtains around, so you don't really see that so much. But yes, it's really, the whole idea behind it is that it's a multifunctional space that we can. Most theaters, you go in and there's fixed seating and you're facing a certain direction and that's it. This, we can reconfigure the seating to be anywhere. We can hang lights all over the place. We've got projectors in there, so there's all kinds of magic that we can conjure up in this space. And we've done it in different configurations for everything we've done so far.
Really?
Yes.
How many people can you set in there for a performance?
I think the maximum capacity we have is about 195.
Really?
Yes.
That's a bigger black box theater than my limited knowledge of them thought.
Yes, the last sort of black box space that we had, maximum number of people were 40.
Oh, okay.
So we're very excited about this. Yes.
So then I would say it's the belle of the ball in that building, but not necessarily, because it sounds like the black box is nice too. But the theater itself, I was in it for the first time prior to Toad Suck Days for a songwriters event. That space is breathtaking.
Yes, that magnificent concert hall.
Yes.
Oh, it's just wonderful. And I have been in on the planning from day one.
Oh.
And so it's been really fun to watch all of these things evolve. And that space was always just kind of the jewel in the crown.
Yeah.
And so we're very proud of that space.
Okay, so I was told that you had someone come in and tune the room.
Yes.
What is that?
Well, I wasn't in on that, but I do hear a lot about it. Well, I'm not exactly sure what they do when they tune it, but there's a lot of panels and curtains and things that can move around. And I believe what they did is they brought in a bunch of different musical, like the orchestra or a smaller group. Yeah. And then they would set certain levels for how the sound deflectors where those would land. It's just amazing.
Yes.
It's so, virtually every room in that building is specially designed for what's happening in that space. I mean, this is a very highly technological building, and almost nothing is duplicated other than offices.
Yeah.
Everything, the art spaces, the music spaces, something different happens in each one of them, and it was designed for what's happening in it.
What a selling point to
amazing.
Future students and their families.
Amazing, yes.
To come in and see this space. It's got to be unusual that you would have something brand new like this. That
absolutely.
You're able to present to them.
Oh, we're so proud of this space. I mean, this is unique in the state of Arkansas, and it's so wonderful because we're centrally located, so we're easy to get to, and it's just phenomenal.
So I'm sure we've piqued some interest. So two things. Where do you get information about the show this summer? Again, You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. That's coming up in June. Multiple dates, 8 that you
Yes.
mentioned. 8 performances
Yes.
there. That and just the Wingate Center in itself. Where does the best place to get information?
Reynolds Ticket Central.
Okay.
They handle all of the ticketing for the building. The music department, their website, uca.edu/music, and then for us, uca.edu/theater.
Okay.
And we have information about our shows that are going on, but if you want tickets, just go to Reynolds Ticket Central.
Can you give us a little sneak into what we may see in the fall and spring from your department? Is that planning already happening?
I can, yes. We have already made those decisions. We are doing Heathers, the musical. If you
Okay.
are familiar with the movie that came out in the, I guess it was the early 90s
Yeah, I guess
with
so.
Winona Ryder
Uh-huh.
and Christian Slater. They turned it into a musical of all things.
course.
But the students are so excited about
I
it.
bet.
So that will be the show that we do in the fall. And in the spring, we're doing a play called Eurydice.
Okay.
And the playwright her name is Sarah Rule, and they're working to bring her in to campus. I'm not sure all of that's finalized yet. I hope Gail Seymour doesn't get mad at me for saying that, but we're hoping to bring her in as part of it. But it's a beautiful, beautiful play based
Nice.
on the myth of Persephone.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
thank you. That's fascinating. And that's for anyone who loves the arts. And we talk about this often, that you can really tell a city by
Yes.
its arts and the way that people react to the arts and support the arts. And it seems like we're in a good community for that.
I think so. We're very proud to be able to do this year round,
Yeah.
and the support from our wonderful president.
Thank
So,
you.
Yes, thank
I appreciate
you.
you being here. This is great.
Express yourself with beautiful custom jewelry from Brooks Fine Jewelry.
Come on down to Brooks Fine Jewelry and take a look at some of the new products that we offer. We have a new extensive line of men's watches, and we invite all those watch crazies out there that want to come in and take a look. They're here for you to look at and try on. As a full-service jewelry store, we offer hand engraving and laser engraving for just about anything you can imagine. So come on down to Brooks Fine Jewelry and visit with us. We look forward to seeing you.
Brooks Fine Jewelry, your jewelry makers in downtown Conway.
Here and There continues now. It is our monthly chat with Stefanie Brazile. She is, of course, the editor and co-owner of 501 Life magazine. We love having her on. We talked about the 50 Wonder Woman and then the women. Did I say it wrong again?
I would just say 50 Wonder Women.
Well, tell them that I said it wrong. 50 Wonder Women. This time we're going to talk about the guys. That's what we're getting at. Okay, so we're talking about a buddy of mine, Todd Yacobian, is on your cover this month.
He is. We really consider him to be a man of the moment
Yeah.
because he warns us about potential weather disasters, and we really saw that play out last year with the tornadoes, especially that hit Little Rock. But, as you know, Todd is such a nice guy, and he was at one very popular Little Rock TV station for 18 years, left there last fall. His contract said he had to be silent for 6 months, and his fan base really rose up and were like, where's Todd?
Yeah.
There were videos made about it. Businesses put out signs. There were memes, and he didn't expect any of that.
Yeah.
And so we know now he's back on the air, and we kind of share that story. And he's one of those rare people that figured out what he wanted to do in life at a young age. I was always jealous of those folks. But anyway, he's very appropriate for our cover.
Yes, I think the world of Todd. We've known each other for a long time, and I was glad to see that he's going to be on the cover this month. The couple of the month is Austin and Haley Watt. And if you don't know their names, you know his work because of all of the incredible art that's going on downtown, these murals in a number of different places.
We're so fortunate to have several talented muralists around
Yes.
here, but we wanted to introduce readers to this new young man on the scene. They are a beautiful couple, Conway natives, graduated from Conway High, and they have 2 children, a 2-year-old and a 2-month-old, so they're
gosh.
not getting much sleep. But I wanted to just highlight a few of the places that people can see his work,
Yeah.
inside and outside the Rogue Roundabout. Outside Ott Insurance Building, there's a postcard painted there on the side.
I love that one.
Yes,
Love that.
and so that's part of his work. Royal We Building, Conway Emergency Shelter, Tucker Creek Trail at the Prince Street Bridge, and at Round Mountain Coffee. Have you ever gone underneath the street at Prince Street there.
I have.
And seen all the murals
Yes.
that are done there. It's really interesting.
Yeah, the public art in our community is growing so fast, and it seems like they come up, and maybe I don't look enough, but it seems like some of them happen overnight. I know they don't, but they're
Right.
beautiful too. And there's such character, and I love that so many of them were complete for Toad Suck Days. And we had so many
Yeah.
visitors in our town and got to see that part of our city. So
Absolutely.
very cool, very cool.
Absolutely.
Dr. Ken Griffin of Conway, well, and I'm about to go to the beach, so this makes me a little bit nervous, but he pans for shark teeth in the 501. Oh, well, we're leaving the 501, so we're fine. What is this?
Well, I hate to tell you, but you can pan also at the beach, obviously in
Sure.
Florida. Something I didn't realize is that sharks produce and expel hundreds of teeth over their lifespan, and that's not something we do. So we often just assume that everyone, tries to keep their teeth for life as we do, but he's the former associate dean of the College of Business at UCA, and he goes down to Malvern and pans for shark teeth. And he has thousands of them that he's recovered there.
Okay, am I going to learn why why they're in Malvern in the article? Well, that's so interesting.
I think some things we just have to accept as fact, and we don't know because it happened so long ago
Sure.
that sharks were swimming in that area, and we all know at one time water covered the earth,
Yep.
and so there are a lot of, they said, crocodile teeth from some kind of a saltwater crocodile as well as sharks in that area, and he gives us an app, and you can know whenever the water level is lower
Okay.
from the dam, being
Yeah.
closed off there, and you can go and pan for shark teeth in the 501.
Well, I never would have guessed that at
me either.
all. There is a Conway High School student, and we got to know Sam Seifert because of his family. We know them very well through Conway High football, and Sam played for the Wampus Cats last year. And you've got an update on a story that we all learned about during the football season about Sam and an accident that happened last year, that he was very, very fortunate to survive the accident. And what's an update that you can give us on Sam?
So some people may not realize that he was in an accidental boating accident and nearly lost one of his feet.
Yeah.
And that was in September. But he has undergone multiple surgeries, so much rehab, and through the support of his family and friends and his hard work, he kept his foot and, in fact, walked and graduated with his classmates in May. And we're so proud of him. We feel like he's a man of the moment because at a young age, he overcame this massive challenge. He worked hard, was determined, and he was able to, keep his foot and also fully functioning, be able to walk and wear normal shoes. So we're so proud of Sam Seifert and congratulate him on his hard work.
So glad that you're updating that story, because again, it's something that we covered during the football season. He'd actually had a sack like the week before. He made a huge play in a football game, and then this accident happened. So I'm glad we'll get an update on him. Conway author Paul Nail is who we're going to talk about next. Doctorate in psychology, wrote a book about Hank Williams Sr. That is getting some interest and some attention right now. What is this book about Hank Sr. that's been written?
I was raised listening to Hank Williams Sr. and Jr. with my dad, and so many people loved their music. And we all know that at age 29, Hank Williams Sr. died in the backseat of a car. He had a real problem with substance abuse. And so this psychologist was wondering why at 29? And so his book is a psychological biography of Hank Williams, Much More to His Story, Volume 1. And it's being lauded as one of the most comprehensive biographies to date. And so we just want people to know that we have a local author who's written this book that is really being praised.
Also in the magazine, there is an artist that we're going to meet. It's John Lightfoot. He is the Artist of the Month, a painter.
Yes, he is newer to the artist scene, but someone who has been painting for a long time. And he just didn't know if he could ever make a living as an artist, but he's doing that. He's not only teaching art at a junior high school in a nearby city, but he's also getting his master's in how to teach art from the University of Central Arkansas.
Okay.
But he loves to paint ships, ocean, water, deer. we're going to have photos of all of this art in the magazine. Also loves to paint sunrises and sunsets, and I really liked what he said about this because they represent a new day, new life, and a second chance for all of us. And I just like that perspective. Very nice man, John Lightfoot.
Nice. All right, we're also going to meet our pet of the month, and the pet of the month is Canine Officer Chico. Lives in Faulkner County, is our pet of the month. Tell us about Officer Chico.
He lives with Officer Sean Connolly and his family in Faulkner County.
Okay.
They serve in the Little Rock Police Department and have for 5.5 years. He's a nationally certified dog for narcotics recognition and subject tracking and apprehension. And what's most important is that they have together done more than 50 arrests, and several of those were violent criminals that he has helped bring in. He's not only an officer, but he lives with Officer Connolly and his family, and so he is a pet.
Yeah.
And Officer Connolly said he loves him. They have 2 other dogs. He has a couple of kids, and so he's part of the family. And whenever he does retire, they have the option to keep the canine dog, and he plans to do that. And then there's a foundation that helps support the continued care and feeding of the dog and all of that. So it's really a nice thing.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
It's a cool story.
Yeah, I hadn't really thought about what happens to them when their time working is done. I'm sure that they retire like the rest of us. They don't work up until the point of them passing away, but live out their life with someone. That's very, very cool.
We have dozens of great stories about men of the moment in this issue, and I hope people will pick it up or read it online at 501lifemag.com.
Very good. Thank you, Stephanie. Appreciate
Thank you.
Thanks.
Express yourself with beautiful custom jewelry from Brooks Fine Jewelry.
Come on down to Brooks Fine Jewelry and take a look at some of the new products that we offer. We have a new extensive line of men's watches, and we invite all those watch crazies out there that want to come in and take a look. They're here for you to look at and try on. As a full-service jewelry store, we offer hand engraving and laser engraving for just about anything you can imagine. So come on down to Brooks Fine Jewelry and visit with us. We look forward to seeing you.
Brooks Fine Jewelry, your jewelry makers in downtown Conway.
Welcome back. Here and There continues now. My friend April Worley is with us, but she's not here in the role of my friend. She is here in the role as tournament director for a women's professional golf tournament that is coming to Centennial Valley. April, good to see you.
Nice to see you,
Thank
Jeff.
you for being here. So let me get the words right, because I was familiar with the tournament, but they're new words. It's the Genesis of Conway Central Arkansas Open.
Correct.
So Genesis
Correct.
Conway's on board.
They're our title sponsor.
And it's the Annika Women's All-Pro Tour.
Absolutely.
I know enough about golf to know that I assume that that's Annika Sorenstam.
It is,
So
absolutely.
she's put her name with this tour.
She has. This is the first year that she's come on board.
Yeah.
She has a foundation, a golf foundation, and she partnered with the WAPT, and she played for the WAPT for years.
Oh.
And so now that she's not actively playing with the tour, she's partnered with them with her foundation.
Well, let's talk about the Central Arkansas Open that you're here to talk about. It's in
Yes.
July, and it is a professional golf event. These
It
are
is.
young ladies who are trying to get on the LPGA Tour.
Absolutely. So this is our 5th year to do it, and this is my 3rd year to be tournament director. So I've been with it the entire time, really, just as in different areas. But we start July, the tournament itself starts July 10th and goes through the 13th, but we have other events starting on July 8th and July 9th that week.
And so there are some Pro-Am events,
There are.
so that if people are interested, they could actually play with these pros.
Absolutely. We have 2 opportunities for that. We have a junior Pro-Am, which is on July 8th. It is 9-hole event. You can grab 3 junior golfers, which is a lot of fun, and then they get paired with the pro. They play 9 holes. We kind of break it up by age division, so our little guys that are 5 or 6 are not paired with our 14 to 15-year-olds. A little bit of a difference there, but our pros love hanging out with the little guys and girls. It's not just for boys.
Yeah.
But yeah, we love having that event. It's a 9-hole, starts at 9 a.m. I think. I forgot the exact time, but you can go on the Genesis of Conway Central Arkansas Open website and sign up for that.
Okay.
And then we have the pro tournament, or the Pro-Am tournament, on Tuesday the 9th. We have morning and afternoon flights. You can become a sponsor for that to have a team, or you can have a team there with the Pro-Am.
And there are spots available in both.
Absolutely.
Whether it's a junior golfer or you want to play.
Absolutely. We have everything is open there. the website has both events there,
Okay.
and they're opening spots there.
Another part that's unique about this tour is that, as I understand it, the players stay with like host families.
Yes,
How does that work?
Oh my goodness, this is not my specialty, but Jill is on my committee, and she is responsible for housing or getting housing for all the players. Some players come and they don't want housing, but these ladies, this is their life,
Yeah.
and it gets expensive. I mean, tournaments themselves are expensive. And since the very beginning, Jill has been able to find housing for every single lady that comes to Conway and needs a host home. She finds it. She is a miracle worker, and we house anywhere from 60 to 100 players.
I think that's such a neat part of it, because as these players grow and become more prominent in their careers, there's a chance that there's going to be people in Conway that say, she slept in our guest room.
Right,
We
right.
fed her at our
That
table.
has happened already a few times. And what's really cool, because this is our 5th year, some of these host homes, if the ladies are still, on tour with this one, then they'll be like, hey, I'm going to stay with so-and-so. So they start building those relationships, and it's just really cool for the community.
Speaking of the community, people are invited to come out. What's it cost for
Absolutely.
tickets? How do people know more about
Absolutely. So to watch the tournament on that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, it's free to the community.
Okay.
There's no cost. We say that if you want to come out and watch, you walk it with them, so you can find one player and walk all 18 with them and watch. Or you can just stay maybe like on hole number 9 and watch all the players come through on 9. It's a free to the community. It's such a cool event. I know it's hot. We have waters and stuff out there, but yeah, it's such a cool environment to be in.
All right, so more information, where do people go for that? I know that with your new title sponsor, you've got a new website that you want to make sure people know about.
Yes, so that website, Jeff, is Genesis of Conway Central Arkansas Open perfectgolfevent.com.
Okay.
And then there's several different links they can choose from. There's if they want to be a sponsor, if they want to just have a Pro-Am team, or a junior Pro-Am team.
Very good. Well, I think this is great. I love golf. I love sports anyway, but I mean, something like this in our town, I want to make sure folks know about it.
All right, thank you so much.
Thanks for being here, April. Appreciate it.
Express yourself with beautiful custom jewelry from Brooks Fine Jewelry.
Come on down to Brooks Fine Jewelry and take a look at some of the new products that we offer. We have a new extensive line of men's watches, and we invite all those watch crazies out there that want to come in and take a look. They're here for you to look at and try on. As a full-service jewelry store, we offer hand engraving and laser engraving for just about anything you can imagine. So come on down to Brooks Fine Jewelry and visit with us. We look forward to seeing you.
Brooks Fine Jewelry, your jewelry makers in downtown Conway.
Welcome back to Here and There. We're going to spend some time visiting about the Ken Brindley Memorial Foundation. It's a foundation that you may not know much about, but you're about to learn everything about. And Melanie Brindley is with us. She is Ken's wife and the founder of the KBMF, as it's known. And thank you for being here.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm excited to learn more about this. And I know that anytime the word Memorial Foundation or memorial is used, that means there's been a loss. We're remembering someone. Tell us about Ken and the reason for the foundation.
Okay, well, Ken passed away in 2003 in Grayton Beach, Florida on our vacation. And of course, we're coming up on the 21st year, the anniversary of his death due to drowning. And specifically, it was caused because of rip currents. In the ocean, and he was saving the life of a young boy, and then at the same time the young boy's father went out to help get his son back to safety, and the father went further out and got caught up in the rip current as well. So after Ken safely brought the boy in, he ended up going back for the father, and both men drowned. So that was 2 fathers lost in that particular beach area. But going to the hospital later, because my husband didn't drown immediately, he was revived, went to the hospital, and then flown to a larger hospital. Well, in the large hospital, he spent 2 days, but I sat there watching countless families that had also had a drowning incident and their loved ones were in the ICU. So all beds were filled with drownings from that particular one day in along the 30A beaches from Destin down 30A. You know, it was just a tragedy, and so many people lost their lives that day, or they maybe today have problems because they did survive. So that's the history of Ken, and the reason that I have spent 21 years without him, and that's the reason why I'm here today with the foundation.
So I think it's interesting to me, and I'm thankful for the work that you're doing, because it's not just safety in the ocean. Right. It's water safety. It's on a boat. It is in a pool. Yes. It is safety across the board when it comes to water.
Yes.
Why was it important for you? I would assume a lot of it was those families that you saw. Why was it important to make sure that his death wasn't, the story didn't stop there?
No.
His story has continued on and will continue on forever.
Yes, it will. Well, that day is very much ingrained into my self-being and my concept of why I needed this foundation to happen. I didn't think of the foundation a long time ago. However, over the years, I've met people in my search of trying to just make sense of the accident, the tragedy. Well, it wasn't an accident. It happened and it was preventable. So we definitely say it was an incident, not an accident. However, throughout the years, after I got to a point where I could actually start reaching out, and I found a group of people, and they were connected through drownings, and they were a group of families that are in this book called Not One More Drowning, and each page is dedicated to a different family and a loss of a loved one, or some of these children did survive, but they do have very traumatic injuries from this. Most of them are deceased, unfortunately. Some of these families have foundations, some of them do not. But I found this group back in about 2014 or 15, and they were very small. They didn't have a book. There were probably 8 to 10, maybe 10 or 12 families, and they were just forming. So once I found them, they told me about a conference that they attend every year called the National Drowning Prevention Alliance Water Safety Conference. So they were having one in Dallas that year, and I joined, and I got to actually put faces and people with the people that I'd been talking on the phone or emailing with. And this was, like I said, at this point, I think it was 2016 in Dallas. And I joined their group, just as, and it was easy enough to join. And throughout the years, that group of about 10 or 12 plus me has become over, and this book is a older book that was put out maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and there's probably 100 families now in this particular organization, and they're not a nonprofit, they're just a group of families, but they have connected themselves with national water safety groups that have the professional knowledge and the backing, scientific backing for things that are going into schools, that are going through the legislature. And we have bonded here, so we stay connected through a monthly phone call and email chains. And then from that group came a second group. So I, as I was in the quest of being friends with these, because we're family. We say that we're family now that we're connected in this way. But I was one of the one of a very few that had an adult or a spouse in this group. A lot of these groups, of course, it maintained a lot, or in their instances, it was a lot of pool drownings. So therefore, through talking with some of them, they said, well, Melanie, you might want to check out this other group. I had no idea about it. So they sent me to Waves of Hope. Waves of Hope is a group that's founded by the National Safe Boating Council. And this one is more open water families. So the same thing is this group started as just a few people, and then here we go. We have all these other people. And actually there's, more, there are children, but there's more maybe teenagers up to young adults, up to older adults. And these have mainly a lot of these have to do with boating instances, or maybe they're out on a personal watercraft, or they're something and they have wrecks, or a boat might not see them while they're scuba diving or something like that.
So you told me as we were preparing for this that Arkansas got lots of lakes, got pools, we got rivers. We don't have an ocean near us, but we've got lots of bodies of water that people get on. We're near the top of drowning victims.
Yes, the U.S. Coast Guard closely tracks drownings, and they have charts and things you can go in and look at, and graphs, and they chart things that are known and recorded through your local and your, I guess, actually, I don't even know the exact entity that does that, but they're getting them from every state and of deaths, and they're finding out that, which states have the highest, and usually it is like Texas has a high rate, Florida, and you look at all of those states, Michigan, that are coastal states, but Arkansas is number 6 in drowning rates, and that puts us at the very top percentage.
And so many of these are preventable, and I know that that's why you're here now, is to tell us about an event that's coming up. And so June 22nd at Lake Beaverfork Park.
Yes.
Okay, Water Safety Saturday. Tell us what to expect there, and is there cost? I mean, tell us details. Let's get people there on June 22nd.
Yes, we want people to come, and soon we will be out advertising. We will have an event page up on Facebook. On our accounts, we'll be blasting that everywhere, and then probably around town we'll have some posters. And I know it's the end of school, so I'm trying very hard to get some little postcards or something out for the school children in elementary. This is a free event for family and for their children, and no cost at all to any of our people that are going to come, and I hope we have a great day and a lot of people show up. It will be at Lake Beaverfork Lake Park, and we are very privileged that the City of Conway and the Parks and Rec have allowed us to do that. And when we come out there, there will be, I'm going to tell you, first of all, I need to plug these people because they're wonderful, but Renewal Ranch will be out there parking cars. So just follow them, and they're graciously donating their whole day for this event. But at this event, we're going to have people come in. We'll have a registration desk, and we would like to take their demographics, because what we really would like to find out from the city people that come, our community, how many people live in your house, how old are they, and can they swim? And we would like to find out, do you have a boat, so that we can start tracking some things. And then once they finish at the registration table, they'll get a little bag that they can carry around, and they're going to go through a setup of tents. And at each tent, it'll be a station where a family can go into the tent. They can learn about some sort of safety feature. So, for example, we have somebody coming with lifesaver pull fence.
Okay.
And that's new to Arkansas this year. And he actually lost a son in Sheridan, Arkansas. So he's one of my family friends. And he has purchased a franchise of lifesaver pull fence out of Florida. So he's purchased that. He will be coming in. He will not be selling his fences that day. We're not selling you anything.
Yeah.
He's going to give you information.
Okay.
He's going to talk about fencing, and he's going to talk and tell you a lot of good information. You're going to get some handouts in there, and then your child will have a game. Okay. So we're going to have little games there that children can participate, win a little prize, you know, and have some fun with. And then they'll go to the next tent. We will have safety from Conway Search and Rescue. The firemen will be there. I'm not sure exactly what all they're going to do, but they've devoted their entire day on a Saturday to come and help us out. And I think we're going to have some CPR dolls out there. We're going to be talking about safety features around water. And unfortunately, our firemen, the search and rescue team, they do encounter this a lot, so they are very geared up to come help us. And we're gracious to them that they're devoting their time to this. So we'll have them. They'll have a fire truck, of course, and we're hoping we may have a helicopter so we can do a drop. It'll probably just be there for a certain amount of time, but they can do an example of a water safety rescue on the water. We'll have some kayaks or canoes. We're going to have life jackets where kids need skills. If you've never been on a kayak or a canoe and you get invited somewhere, well, you need to know you need to wear a life jacket and then how to put it on and safely get in and out of the canoe.
Right.
So we'll have some things with that. The Game and Fish will be there, and they're bringing some things specific to water safety, and they've got some activities and games that we're excited about that. We're going to have Safety Before Skills swim school, and they will be out there. I think we will have lifeguards from them.
Okay.
We're hoping we can get in the water, people, and do some demonstrations. We're going to work on, showing people how easy it is to float. Everyone needs to learn to float. And right now, our group, the National Drowning Prevention Alliance, we've just put out May as Water Safety Month. So we've put out that swimming lessons should be the first sport. So this is a new national campaign, and it just rolled out May 1st. And we want America to start thinking, and not just America, everyone, to start thinking swimming is a first sport. It's the first sport you should ever teach or put your child in a lesson for. And so if we can start changing mentalities on that, we can quit worrying about, oh, we got to get our son in soccer, or let's go to do the t-ball or the dance little cute lessons. Yeah, all of that is wonderful, but what sport do you need to survive? And that's our swimming lessons. So that is what we're planning to do. We also have some great throw rings. We're going to teach kids how to throw, and we hope to do just a little bit of shoreline fishing, casting, where you need to wear a life jacket while you're standing there and casting.
Well, your passion is evident. Thank you for what you're doing. I'm sorry that the loss happened, but your husband's memory is being honored every day. You can tell that with the work that you all are doing.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. And so we want people to go out to this. So again, this is June 22nd. Lake Beaverfork, I know you got, so there's an example
and
of...
I was going to show you as well. Not only are we having these fun events, but we need people to come out to
Here, I'll
get
hold
life
this one.
jackets, because I wrote a grant back in November, and from the National Safe Boating Council and part of the Coast Guard funding, we were provided a grant for $2,000 to purchase life jackets, and then we
Wow.
worked with the life jacket company to get reduced pricing. So I've got a lot of life jackets in all sort of sizes, but when they're gone, they're gone. So, so we do need people to come that need a life jacket.
Yeah.
If their family has someone that needs one, we would like to provide that. And then if we have to have a wait list, we can do that as well. My foundation, that's what we've done up to now, is provide life jackets to some school children, basically, that might need one, especially like that live around like Conway. We've done some things like that. And then also, with this event, we're getting the word out that we're also planning, our future plan is to work with Lake Conway, or I'm sorry, to work with City of Conway, which we've already been in talks with our new community center coming in.
Oh, yes.
Because it has a pool. So our foundation will be the entity that will provide some swim scholarships. And that will take place when we open the pool. And as long as we can keep our foundation going with some, sponsorships and donations, those things are going not only for life jackets now, but they will be going for swim scholarships in our community
That's
pool.
wonderful. How do people, the website is swimsafety.org?
Yes,
is
it
that
is.
correct? Okay. So that's probably a good place to start. And Facebook
Yes.
page, you said?
Facebook, the Ken Brindley Memorial Foundation.
Okay.
Like us, and we shall start putting out some our event pages soon. Go to the event page, try to sign up, and I hope to see everybody out there.
Well, it's great to meet you. Thank you for
Yeah,
coming and
you're
sharing the story,
welcome.
and we look forward to having folks out there as well.
Okay, thank you. I
Appreciate
appreciate
you.
it.